Charlie Munger, the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, offers a thought-provoking perspective on the concept of self-insurance and its implications for both individuals and companies. He emphasizes the value of self-insuring against certain risks and challenges the conventional approach to relying on external insurance coverage.
Many large companies, including Meta, which owns Facebook, and various insurances, are choosing to self-insure against liability, either for directors or for the business risks. If it's carried to extremes, as it no doubt will be over time, this could cause potential systemic issues. Would you share your thoughts on this, please?
In my own life, I'm a big self-insurer, and so is Warren. It's ridiculous for me to carry fire insurance on my houses because I could so easily rebuild a house if it burned down. So why would I want to bother fooling around with the claims process and all kinds of things? So if insurance, you should insure against things you can't afford to pay for yourself. But if you can afford to take the bumps, some unusual expense coming along doesn't really hurt you that much, why would you want to fool around with some insurance company? If your house burned down, I would just write a check and rebuild it. And all intelligent people do it my way. I won't say all, but maybe I should say all intelligent people should do it my way. There should be way more self-insurance in life. There's a lot of waste. You're paying when you buy insurance for the other fellow's frauds. And there's a lot of fraud in life. And if you can afford to take the risk yourself and not fool around with claims and this and that and commissions and time, of course you should self-insure. It's simpler and so forth.
Charlie Munger's perspective on self-insurance emphasizes the principle of only insuring against risks that could cause significant financial hardship. He argues that if you can afford to handle unexpected expenses, like rebuilding a house, it's more efficient to avoid the complexities and costs associated with traditional insurance. This approach aligns with his belief in minimizing waste and simplifying financial matters.
Think of what I've saved in my life. I never carried, I think once but with one exception, I never carried collision insurance on a car. And once I got rich, I stopped carrying fire insurance on houses. I just self-insure.
It's a little bit of a surprising take for the guy who's
that's
vice
the right
chairman
way to
at
do
a
it.
big insurance company.
That is the right way to do it.
Seriously.
What?
That's a little bit of a surprising take from a guy who's a vice chairman at Berkshire, which has so many insurance companies.
Well, but I'd rather tell it the way it is than tell it in a way that helps Berkshire. I'm not going to tell it differently than I think it really is just because it's better for Berkshire. Even though it's bad for Berkshire, I want to tell you, if you can afford to self-insure, self-insure.
Even on things like medical? I just think you might think you can afford these things.
No, that is different. Your insurer pays the doctor in the hospital is a small fraction of what you pay. So that's a different kind of calculus. Everything in medicine is, the cost of American medical care and the medical insurance, it's a disgrace. If you go to Singapore, you will find that they do the whole thing better than we do, and it costs 20% of what we pay. And by the way, I have no idea of how to get from where we are to where Singapore is, because all the people that are getting all that extra money fight like fierce tigers to hold on to it. And they control boards and cities and states and every other guy. So I don't know how to fix the costs in American healthcare. They're totally out of control. Warren tried to fix it with Amazon and all that stuff. He failed too. Everybody's failed it. Everybody in America has a marvelous record failing in handling our cost of medicines.
In his candid remarks, Charlie Munger advocates for self-insurance as a rational choice for those who can afford to bear certain risks. He highlights how this approach has been a personal preference for him, even as he acknowledges the complexity of challenges in areas like healthcare. Munger's unique insights shed light on an alternative way of thinking about insurance and risk management.